What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, helping you take your game to the next level. And in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is showing you how to absolutely shut down the run in Madden 18. Now, if this is your first time checking out one of my videos and you want to improve your Madden game, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Make sure to hit the bell icon so that you join the notification squad and never miss an upload. So what's going on, guys? Like I said, today I'm going to be showing you how to shut down the run. I've heard the comments, I get them multiple times a day. You know, how do you shut down the run? Specifically, how do you shut down the halfback pitch out of tight slots? Now, I did do a run defensive video earlier in the year about how to contain the halfback pitch, but the only problem with that defense is it's not as good against the dive. So if you're facing someone that's running the pitch and the dive and knows how to mix them up, could be a little bit tougher. So this is gonna pretty much be able to do a good job at containing both of them. Now, the tight slots pitch and dive is very hard to contain, especially someone that knows how to run it correctly, but this defense is going to give you the best, opportunity to shut it down. So what you want to do is use 3-4 odd, the old faithful cover 4 drop show 2. Cover 4 is the best run defense, period, just because of the fact that these safeties are in run fits, which means those safeties are run first defenders. They attack the run more aggressively, and that's what you're going to want for both the pitch and the dive. So in order to shut down this pitch and the dive, for me, what I feel like is the best setup is you want a base align, which is wire triangle right on the left stick. Then you want to press wire triangle down on the left stick. Okay, then you want to pinch your defensive line, LB or L1, and then down on the left stick. And then you want to crash them down, LB or L1, down on the right stick. Now, crashing them down, this helps more with like the dive per se. Now, the last thing to me, which is the most crucial, I feel like this really helps more so with the toss, is you want to make sure both of these safeties are kind of like lined up in between. You see how I like have them lined up in between both wide receivers? I'm still keeping him back right here, but I'm making sure that they're lined up like right in between both of those receivers. And then of course you can use one of these linebackers, or if you're not a good user, then use a defensive lineman. You should still be able to contain this very well. So even if they do the motion on the pitch, you're going to see that we're going to have this contained more times than not. There's just too many defenders over here for us. Like, there's too many defenders and not enough blockers. You see that we got back to the line of scrimmage. So again, the setup, and I'll put this setup in the description just to make it easier for you guys. It's base align, press, pinch your defensive line, crash the defensive line down, and just make sure these safeties are kind of lined up in between both of those wide receivers. And again, we're going to use the motion to show that even with the motion, because the motion makes this the blocking so much better, it doesn't matter. There's just too many defenders out here, and this is without us even using. We're not even using on this play. I'm just sitting on the defensive tackle. So normally I'd be using one of these linebackers, and when I see the pitch, I'd be running out here to help, fill a gap or try to make a tackle myself. So we'll run it one more time just to show you that it is legit. And without even using, we're going to shut down the pitch with an extra blocker. So if you're a guy that's good at using your defender in the run game, it's going to be even better run defense. Now see there, the blocking actually was pretty decent. Our guard didn't get out quick enough to get that last guy. And sometimes you're going to still get beat by the pitch because it is so good. And sometimes the blocking is just going to set up well for your opponent. But you can see more times than not, you're going to be able to pretty much keep them at the line of scrimmage for no gain or maybe even a loss. So now let's look at the dive. Now with the dive, it's definitely going to benefit you more to use a linebacker to stop this. But even if you don't, okay, we got 5 yards there, but usually you're going to be able to contain the dive as well out of this. Like I said, with the dive, you're going to be better off if you actually use a defender yourself. But for the most part, I mean, you can see we're not, there's not gaping holes. Sometimes you're going to get a nice 4 or 5 yard run because the dive it's just a solid run, especially out of this formation. Sometimes your opponent's going to get those 4 or 5 yards, but you can see, I mean, there's not like gaping holes. Like we might be getting 3, we might be getting 4 here or there, but they're not just gashing this defense for huge gains. And like I said, if you actually use a linebacker yourself and try to get down into these gaps, you're gonna feel it a lot better. You can see we're not giving up huge runs there, but more times than not, what people want to do is they want to run the pitch out of this. And you can see that we'll do one more setup, and you'll see, I mean, the pitch is just absolutely locked up. for the most part. And again, this is without actually using a linebacker. Now, if you're using a linebacker in game, you're just making it that much better. See, there's just too many guys out here. Like, even that time, the blocking set up decently. We'll go to the replay real quick. Blocking set up pretty decently here. I mean, but once we got out here, it was still 2 guys versus this 1 pulling guard. And I mean, even though we kind of outran him, it didn't matter who he was going to pick up because there's just too many guys. And then you can see we have a safety over the top. So even if Devonta Freeman were to get somehow past these guys, we still had another guy over the top that would have, you know, potentially limited it from being a huge run. So to me, this is the best way to stop it. It's not going to work 100% of the time because the dive and pitch are glitchy this year, but I find that this is the best way to contain it. And all you need to do is you need to stop it one time on a crucial drive, and that could be the game winner for you. 1 3rd and 3. They need this first down to win the game, and you shut it down. Or, it's 4th down, and they're trying to convert to get in field goal range. You shut it down, game over. So, as long as you have something to contain it, you're at least going to make your opponent have to pull out some other plays and have to work a little bit harder. And the good thing about the cover 4 is even if they pass, you're still in great pass defense. You got 8 guys in coverage. You're not going to have any gaping holes anywhere. So, it's just all around solid base defense to run when you see this formation. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you found it helpful, as always, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.